report is a committee report, or committee, representing a view by a numerical minority, which differs from the ruling report. This does not imply, by its existence being minority, just like the majority, that it has any more correctness, truth, applicability, or fact. It simply is. In other words, it is not inherently better or worse. Between the often self-refuting extremes of my identity and character being, or one's identity and character being defined or correctly revealed by popular vote or consensus, to that on the other side of the view that it is simply my view alone, which entails who I am, is this middle ground. Perhaps the middle ground is where it really lies. I'm going to give you a minority report today. I'm not really going to approach what is correct or true. So I now present a minority report by a committee of one, me. And that is on what that me is and is not. First, things that it is not, because these are things that I do. I enjoy doing them. I do them a lot, or I really want to do them a lot, but they don't really define who I am. I'm a software developer. I really, really enjoy that. I do it all the time, perhaps even in too much spare time. I research, I read journals, I go to conferences, I embarrass myself with little speeches like this and presentations, and have my computer go blank. Yes, it's happened several times. It's not just Bill Gates. And I enjoy creating solutions to problems. And of course, those solutions often create many more problems of their own. It's called job security. A cook. I like cooking. Cooking is an expressive art to me. And even better, an art you can eat. Don't ever eat the majority of grapes that are as centerpieces. They're actually made of rubber. No, that is not what caused my condition. I should add that. Martial arts, being active, outdoors, camping, hiking, getting lost, getting found. No search parties yet. I like doing these things. But sadly, I don't do them enough. But when I'm actually doing them, I feel like I'm in my own element. All these things, I'm sure you could combine a lot. It would make a computer very messy, I assume, if you put that one in there. These are not really me. Now for what I personally, I don't care what y'all think, what I personally define as me. Much more than what one sees, even myself, or my passion for it alone. I'm a passionate person. And sometimes that intensity is actually the overwhelming aspect that people see, not who I am. There's an old 17th century Japanese quote by a gentleman named Matsuo Usha, I think I got that right, that states, "Seek not to follow in the footsteps of the men of old, but seek the things they sought." Yet as deep as that is, that really doesn't approach me. My first and foremost definition of myself is actually that I'm a follower of Christ, the Messiah. But is that in what I do? Not really. Is that in necessarily the things I say? I hope not. That'll be a really bad road at the end of my life then. But I seek the person as my deepest love, and from there the rest will follow. At least that's what I believe. No matter how long that takes. Second, my favorite word, daddy. I really, really like that word. I like the concept even more. Tough, infuriating, and rewarding. How can you actually simultaneously want to strangle someone, just hug them, and just kiss them all over and say you're the best thing in the world? I didn't know things like that mutually exclusive could exist until I became a parent. And hearing other people like Charlie here kind of confirms that, oh, it's not just me. So I can go ahead and say this now that you said things like that. Thank you. While my favorite word, it really is a privilege and an honor to serve my children. 3 wonderful little persons that get in a lot of trouble. They're their daddy's children. I am so proud of. I should have worn something, to work to put my hand in. I'm so very proud of them. But honestly, I know I'm going to become more proud as they get older, even in the disappointments and failures that they achieve. Secretly, I'm going to be behind behind them saying, you rock, pick yourself up, carry on, I'm behind you 110%. A student of life, that is largely redundant. I know a lot of people say that, but with me, I'm obsessive nearly with people watching and looking at the details of ups and downs. But I've learned a lot from it. I consider life to be a boot camp because the ups and downs actually, you find out years later, sometimes decades, to actually be what is defining you as a person. And you get a little nugget of wisdom to be able to pass on to, again, the future generation. And that legacy, in my opinion, is the most powerful thing of all. So while I can be maddeningly complicated, my desires are actually quite simple. What I strive for is not what people often say, and is not often what I do, but both are not necessarily who I am, with the exception, perhaps, of the seeking